Greetings! In today's video, we'll be taking a closer look at this set of watercolor brushes from ZenArt Supplies. This is the Black Tulip range for watercolor, and this set includes mixed shapes, meaning it contains various brush tip shapes. The brush tips are made from synthetic fibers made to mimic squirrel hair, making this set suitable for vegans. In the set, we get 2 round brushes in sizes 8 and 10, 2 flat brushes in sizes 8 and 3/4 inch, a rigger brush in size 2, and finally a cat's tongue brush with a 3/4 inch width. The back of the package has a lot of interesting info. We learned that the brushes are made from Japanese synthetic black squirrel, designed in England and made in China by professional brush makers. There's also a very handy section about brush care. I first took the brushes and cleaned them up, removing the glue from the tip. I did the first series of tests. I wanted to see how the brushes handle various actions like press and release, strokes, dabs, etc. I was a bit unhappy with the results though and decided to do a second pass of cleanup, this time using brush soap. I also did some test painting with each brush. Let's go through these tests. The first brush is a size 2 rigger brush. Rigger brushes are basically like round brushes but with longer hair. They are designed to make long lines without having to pause to refill with paint. This rigger is really nice. It made super fine lines on both test papers. You can make the line a little larger by slightly pressing on it. If you put it to the side and drag the belly of the brush, you can get a nice dry brush texture, and you can make short, fine lines as well. It's a really nice brush. I enjoy drawing with it a lot. It seems like a really nice brush for line drawing or details. The second brush is a size 8 round brush. It's a really nice brush, good size. It works really well and it holds a good amount of water and paint. It's very easy to draw and paint with this one. Small observation here, the one I received is a bit odd in that the tip is not perfectly straight with the handle. It's at a slight angle. That didn't bother me at all when painting, but it's a bit confusing when looking at it, if that makes sense. The third brush is another round, but slightly larger as it's a size 10. I really love this brush too. I love how it made for thin lines and thicker ones on the test sheet. The press and release movement gave me nice shapes and the belly holds a good amount of water. I'm not using the best paper for these brush exercises, but I love how the brush handled itself. The tip is super fine, which allows me to paint into small areas, but you can also increase pressure and make much larger strokes. It is quite springy for fake squirrel. It's not at all the type of hair that stays limp when being wet. The fourth brush is the size 8 flat brush. In my opinion, this is a very versatile brush. It can be used flat, of course, but also on its thin side to make fine lines. Using the corner, it's possible to be super precise with this brush, and it has a great line variation. The fifth brush is the second flat brush. I'm not sure why one is using the numbered sizes and the other the imperial system. This one is 3/4 inch width. It's less precise than the smaller brush, just on account of being bigger, but I can make fine lines with it. It just requires more work. The brush holds a lot of paint or water. Definitely not a brush for small work. This brush is at its best when painting larger pieces. The last brush is a cat's tongue in 3/4 inch. I'm not familiar with this type of brushes. For this one and the previous large brush, I had to use a different palette to get paint, as the brushes don't fit well in half pans. They're a bit too big for half pans. I tried doing a few leaf shapes by pressing and releasing the brush and realized it works a lot better when using it on the small side rather than flat. As a whole, the set is one that I really enjoy. I like that the hairs are springy and they keep their shapes well. I might have preferred a size 6 or 4 rather than a size 8 for the round brush, just for the sake of having more options and variety, but that's kind of a nitpick. I wanted to try making a painting using all the brushes. I'm not very good at florals yet, so please don't be too harsh. But it was a lot of fun to use all the brushes for this sketch painting. I really love how these brushes handle themselves and I will for sure use them again in the future. If you want a brush set that is super thirsty and soft, it might not be the best pick for you. However, if you want a brush with great water capacity, and a really good spraying, I encourage you to check these out. Thank you very much to ZenArt Supplies for sending me these brushes to try out, and thank you guys for watching this video. What do you think of these brushes? Let me know in the comments below. Take care, bye bye.